All right, here goes box 2 of our 102 roll hunt. Hopefully this one we find some more cool things, but let's get into it. Roll 1. I'll bring you in when we find something. All right, roll 59 or roll 7 into box 2. We have our first find out of Denver, and oh, that's not it. Sorry, this one out of Denver, 1954. I'll put this under the scope, and looks normal to me. All right, get into the next roll. Bring it back in when we find something. Roll 63 or 11. We have our next 40s find, 1948, out of Philly. I couldn't tell if we had anything else in here. Maybe this third one here, but nope. All right, I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, we're on roll 12 or 64 for our 2-box hunt, and we have silver, I think. I haven't flipped it over yet. I think that says 43. It does. Out of San Fran. Awesome. Let's put it under the scope just to see. I can't tell if that's doubling. I'm not really too familiar with these, but under here, looks like it could be. Looks like we have some lamination error. Some funk. But that's a great find. I was hoping we were going to find some silver or buffalo. 1943. Awesome. All right, let's get back to it. Bring you back in on our next find. All right, we're still on roll number 64. We have a 1940s. I have not seen this yet. Looks like out of Philly. I did see another dark one. This is something here. Probably not by the looks of it. Nope. All right. 1940 out of Philly. I'll bring you back in on the next find. Roll 69, and we have 1957 obverse facing. So we'll see it together. Denver Mint. All right. Let's put her under the scope, see if we got anything out of the ordinary. And that looks pretty normal to me. Funny thing is I probably wouldn't even know what I was looking at if I was looking at something. But I don't see any notching or anything like that. All right. Finish off this roll. I'll bring you back in when we find something else. We're on roll 81, and I have a 1921 under the scope, and this is a first for me. So I think this is a die clash, but I'm not sure. So we have this here and that there, which could be like a pillar of the reverse. I'm just not sure. I've never seen this before, so I actually have no clue what this is. I don't see any other marks. there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Seems like it could be a clash. So it would be somewhat something on the reverse. But I don't know, because his eyes would be at the bottom of the stairs here, and it's above that. I don't know what that could be. All right, well, I'll have to look into this a little bit more, but I thought this was going to be a better hunt than the first box. This has been really slow. But I'll keep on the hunt. I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 82. And we have another find out of Denver. It's a 1958. Some pitting on there. See it under the scope. And that looks normal. All right, I'll get into this hunt, bring you back in on our next find. Roll 83, and we have our third Canadian of the hunt. 1976. That thing looks like it's in great shape. Yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, finish off this roll. I'll bring you in on our next find. Roll number 85, and we have our fourth foreign. Another Canadian. 1978. Another one that's in pretty decent shape. Oh, cancel that. I did find a few nice 1983s. I'll put those aside. It's got some wear, but I'm going to hold them aside. I have some to put in the album, or choose to put in the album. I'm going to finish through this roll. Something there, maybe. Hey, look at that, a 1948. Out of Philly. All right, let me finish this roll. I'll bring you back in if we find anything else. All right, so we're on roll 87, I think. And we have another foreign. 1965. Wow, that's old. All right, we'll put that aside. I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 85. And we finally have another find. We have a 1947. Ooh, out of San Francisco. Let's put this under. It looks normal. All right, we'll put this aside. Get going into the next roll. Bring you back in if we find something else. Roll number 91. We have our next foreign. I think it's our fifth foreign. In the scene before this, I think we were on roll like, I don't know, 89 or something. I said 85, but I think I was wrong. Look at that, another 1969. All right, let me finish out this roll, and I'll bring you back in on the next find. Roll 94, and we have our next find. 1947 out of Denver. Check it under the scope. Looks normal. All right, I'll bring you in on the next find. All right, roll 95. We have a few finds here. We have a 1953 out of Denver. We have a 1955. Also out of Denver, and I saw 1949. Also out of Denver. Let's check these under the scope. That looks normal. Maybe something going on there. 2. And a third. Alright. I don't think I saw anything staring at me in this one. So I'll bring you back if I find anything else in this roll. If not, it'll be on another hunt. Another find, I mean, sorry. See you then. Alright, roll 97. And we have another 1939 with a Philly. Alright, we'll bring you back on our next find. Alright, we're on roll 100. And I think this is a find. I have not flipped it yet. The Philly 1941. I don't necessarily see anything else in here, but if there is, I'll bring you back in. Alright, until our next find. Alright, we're on roll 101, and we have a Denver Mint 1957. Alright, one more roll left after this. If I find anything, I'll bring you back in. We're on roll 102. I have back-to-back finds here. I have a 1940 out of Philadelphia and another foreign Canadian 1999. Hey, look at some fuzz. And if I find anything else in here, I'll bring you back in. If not, I'll see you at the wrap-up. Alright, well, that was the last roll, 102 rolls, but I do have a 2021P under the scope, and I think this is a double die. I just checked on Wexler's. I can't find anything on it, but you can see the window lines are just like that 2020 that is a double die, was a WDDR 006. That looks exactly the same for thickness. The pillars are squished. The window over the doorway is thick. You can see this side looks thicker, and the windows are about the same. One 1938. 1942, I think that was out of 1946, two 1947s, four 1948s, two 9s, one 1953, four 1954s, 1950, 1957, 58s, 59s, die clash, low building on the forehead, which you can see. I don't remember what this one was. We have our 2000, our counter. This one was, oh, that was that one Canadian farm, and like 2 pennies or something. But bye. What's up, everybody? So today was a no school day due to the no snow that we got, which I don't understand. But anyway, I went out to Six Banks this morning and got a myriad of customer wrapped rolls and Loomis rolls, all circulated. So I got a total of 202 rolls. So it should be a fun hunt. I think, I don't know, I was gonna start with this box, but I might start with this box, and hopefully this box will be more promising, but you never know. So let me move these to my desk, and we'll get into the hunt. All right, see you in a few. All right, well, let's get into roll one of 102 rolls. I'll bring you back if we find something. All right, we're on roll 5, and we have our first find. It's going to be a 1956 Denver. Let's see if we got anything in terms of the mint mark. I don't see anything, but we're on the board. Bring you back in on our next find. All right, welcome back. We're on roll 7, and I have not flipped this over, so I really don't know if it's a find, but we're going to find out. It's a Philly Mint in 1942. There we go. All right, I'm going to finish through this roll. I'll bring you back on our next find. 2 on the board. All right, 2 coins back from that 1942, still on roll 7. We have a 1959 Denver. Let's put this under the scope, see if there's any kind of mint mark variety. I'm not seeing it. All right, I'll bring you back in on the next one. Roll number 8, and another potential find. With my luck, it'll probably be a 64. Oh, nice 1948. Let's check it for any of the any kind of mint mark variety. I'm not seeing anything. All right, 250s, 240s. Bring you back in on our next find. All right, we're on roll 10, and we have our first penny in the roll. Let's see what we have. Maybe it's copper, but 1988. All right, let me get into this roll. I'll bring you in if we have anything. We're on roll 13, and we have our next 50s find, obverse facing. So let's check it out together. I don't think that has a mint mark. I think it's just damage. Philly. All right, check out the rest of the roll. I'll bring you back in on our next find. Roll number 15, and we have our next 50s find. And again, this one was obverse facing, so let's take a look together. 54D, and that looks pretty normal. All right, back into the roll. I'll bring you back in on our next find. Roll number 16, and we have our next find. 1958, out of Denver. Put it under the scope. And we have a normal mint mark, but a nice little die crack right there. That's kind of cool. Let's see if there's anything else here. I'm not seeing anything. All right, bring it back in on our next find. All right, I just flattened out roll 17 and saw this. So I don't know what it is yet. It looks old. Maybe silver, but who knows? Let's take a look. 1946, very close to silver. Out of Denver. So let's see what this one. I don't know about that one. Could just be damage, but we have something here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you think that's something. I'll have to look this one up, but all right, we'll get back into this roll. I'll bring you back in on our next find. Roll number 21. We have a 1940. I did already see the reverse. It was reverse facing. 1940 Philly, but I did flatten out the roll and saw a 1954. Let's see what this one is together. 19, is this? That's not what it was. That's a different coin. 1954 Philly. All right, let me finish through this roll. What's this one? There's just something here. Philly. 1964. All right, let's finish out this roll. I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, we're on roll 21, and we have another find. I did see this one already. 1952 out of Philly. All right, we'll continue on the hunt. Bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 23 is going to give us our next 50s find. I think that's a 50. Is that a 64? No, 64. Cancel that. All right, I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, we're still on roll 23, and I'm not sure if you all remember one of my earlier nickel videos, and we found a counter-struck nickel. I found another one. Looks like the same thing. All right, get into roll 24, and I'll bring you back in when we find something else. All right, we're on roll 24, and we find our first foreign. It's a Canadian, 1972. All right, bring it back in on the next one. All right, roll 30 is going to give us our next find out of Denver. 1959. Put her under the scope. And I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Continue on with the hunt. And I'll bring you back on the next one. All right, roll number 31. I'm bringing you back in because I just found another 2022P with the die clash that goes through. This one is fairly weak, but you can see here, you can see Jefferson's eyes here, and some here. You have that clashing up in there. I did see something by the pillar right in here. So that's a pretty cool find. You can see the eye better right down in there. I'm gonna put it there. All right, on to the next one. Bring you back when we find something. Roll number 32 is going to give us our next 40s find. Obverse facing. So I don't know if there's a mint mark. And it looks like a Denver. Let's take a look at it under the scope. It's got some damage. It looks fairly normal. Could be something under the D there. All right, 48D. Finish out this roll, and I'll bring you back when we find something else. Roll number 33, and this was an Ender coin, 1958. Out of Denver. Pretty nasty coin. Looks like a pretty thick D there. All right, put this aside, get into roll 34, and I'll bring you back in if we have anything. Roll number 35 brings us our next find, 1949 obverse facing out of Denver. Put this under the scope. It looks fairly normal. All right, I'll bring you back in on the next find. All right, just flattened out roll 36, and we have a, looks like a 1938 peeking out at us. If it had a mint mark, it would be awesome. We have looks like a 1938 out of Philly. All right, I'll continue on hunting this roll, and if there's anything in here, I'll bring you in for it. Roll 37, and we have our next find. It was reverse facing, so I did see which one it was already. We have a Philly 1959, not in bad shape. All right, I'll continue on this roll, bring you back in on our next find. Roll number 38, and we have our first 2009 out of Denver. So that's a fairly low mintage year. All right, continue hunting this roll, and I'll bring you back in on our next one. Roll number 39. We have our next 50s find, and it is 1954 Denver. We'll see under the scope if we have anything out of the ordinary. Not seeing anything. All right, bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 41, and we have a dark coin here. And again, with my luck, it'll probably be an 80s coin or something, but we'll look together. And look at that. Even worse, 1997. All right, let me get into this roll, and I'll bring you in if we find something. All right, roll 41. Nothing special to talk about, but I have a 2020 Philly under the scope, and we have a little face in the Monticello building. We got a couple little die chips right here and here, some little cracks there. So I just wanted to show you that as something a little fun, and we'll get back into the hunt. Bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 42. We have a Philly coin here. I did already see it. 1956 Philly. All right, I'll bring you back in on our next find. Roll number 45 out of the 52 rolls. We have our next find. It's a 1940 out of Philly. All right, I'll bring you in on the next one. Roll number 46. We know we're going to have a 50s ender. So let's get into this roll, and I'll bring you back in when we get to it or something before it. All right, so here's our 52 ender, and we got 52 out of Philly. Continue in on this roll. I'll bring you in if we find anything. Still on roll 46, I'm sorry. And we have our next find. 1939 out of Philly. It would have been nice if it was a Denver or a San Fran. I could use those for my book. But a 39, we'll take it. All right, finish out this hunt. I'll bring you back in on our next find. Bring you in on roll 47 for our next find out of Denver. We have a 1958. Put it under the scope, see if we have anything out of the ordinary. I don't think so. Just looks thicker. All right. I'll continue hunting this roll. I'll bring you back in on our next find. All right, roll 49, and we got shorted another 4 cents. But I'll get into this roll. I'll bring you back if we find anything. All right, roll 49, short by a penny, but I just flattened it out. And we have a 1958 out of Denver. I'll throw this under. And here's what we got. Pretty normal. Some ring of death. All right. Bring you back in if there's anything in this roll. Otherwise, I'll bring you in on our next find. Roll 51 of our first box of 52 rolls. We have our next foreign find. Canadian, 1984. All right, continue on through this roll. I'll bring you back in if we find anything else. Well, that does it for the first part of this hunt. 52 rolls hunted. That's my pile of the last roll. We've got a couple of 30s, some 40s, our 50s, a couple of varieties, 2 Canadians, and our 2009. So let me go grab that other box and let's finish out this hunt. Bring it back in when I get the box.